recording. Welcome everybody to today's coaching session. Thank you guys so much. My name is Megan Lynch, one of the many leaders over here. Today is Wind Up Wednesday, or it's Wake Up and Win Wednesday. I am super excited. It's the 8th month, new beginnings. I'm already feeling brand new. Last week was a really rocky week, and now I'm feeling brand new. So I'm super excited. We had a great blitz yesterday. Super proud of all of you guys for participating. I saw the numbers go up, so hopefully you really utilized that blitz and you exposed a lot of people to this opportunity. Okay, so Miss Linda Rogers Brown, I am going to pass it over to you. Super excited to hear from you today. Are you out there?
Yes, I am. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to share my screen. Excited to be here this morning. Awesome. Let me see. I think that's your screen. Okay, I got it. So good morning, everybody. This is Linda Rogers Brown out in Concord, North Carolina. Really excited about everything that's happening right now with Tradera. Especially, Megan, my favorite part is I pay out. I pay out is the best.
It is the best.
Yes, it's so fast and efficient. I mean, I can see the rainbow at the end of the rain. I see the future. But over the last couple of weeks, I've been noticing that I'm losing some of my team. When we had the glitches and everything with Tradera, everybody was hanging in there. And then we got the new system. We're trying to renew people. And I know everybody on here is trying to renew people. But even though we're renewing people, I'm still seeing that I'm losing some people, some good quality people that I thought wouldn't leave me. So I'm like, well, who stole my team? And how do I get them back? And I'm not talking about calling people and asking them to renew. We've done that. But I'm talking about paying attention to the market and seeing where something is not right. And if you had a traditional business, you should know your competition. You should always know whoever is compatible to the type of business you're in. You should be one step ahead of them to figure out what they're doing. So we have this system called Susu. Now, I'm not against Susu because Susu was originated for a very good purpose. It was oriented for families. I have a dear friend who just hit 90 years old, Dr. Jania Kelly. Her and her family do a similar one where every single person in their family gets money to become a PhD. And then when you get your PhD, you have to put money back in the pot for the next generation. So all their families have these degrees, the PhD degrees. They're doctors and professors of education and everything else. So I see the goodness of that. But then somewhere along the line, somebody found out about Susu and they said, okay, well, let's let thousands of people come on board. So what I want to talk about today is how, from a marketing standpoint, how do we capture this market? This is a gold mine. I just want to let you know that. When I was, how I found out what was going on, because I wasn't paying attention. I mean, I've had some calls. I've had somebody ask me to be on a webinar. I'm always getting text messages about it. But somebody put me in a Telegram. I would never join a Telegram. I'm like, what is this? It didn't look like anything regarding Tradera, but my name was, and it said who they were, put Linda Rogers Brown in this Telegram. But then I noticed I was getting all these notices that all my friends were joining Telegram. So that let me know that they all are joining Susu. I'm talking about people that are on my hot list are in Susu. That's why I'm saying who stole my team. I'm not talking about the team I got now. I'm talking about the team I'm gonna have. I'm like, they are stealing my team. I had plans for this team. As soon as Tradera got the payout, that was what I was looking for. As soon as they got that, I was gonna go and hit up these powerful prospects. But I get all of these telegrams, and you should be getting them too if you have friends that have Telegram, or you have friends that are doing Susu and they join Telegram. You will notice that all of a sudden, all your friends, within a week or two's time, every single one of my friends was getting Telegram. I never used Telegram before Tradera. So this means that they are getting involved with something. So when I finally got hit up that I was put in one, not even at my will, I noticed what was going on. So I said, okay, How are we going to handle this? I got excited. And the reason I'm going to tell you why I got excited, because I see opportunity in this. You know, every single person that joins Susu is looking for money. So when you go talk to them, you already know they want money. You don't have to do a whole interview and, you know, ask a whole bunch of questions, especially if you know them. They want money. Now, Susu's been around for a long time. So every once in a while, every decade or so, somebody pulls it back out and they go through this Susu moment. And that's okay, because Susu don't stay around for a long time. So now they're using a flower. In the 70s, they used the airplane. And they have the family plan. And I'm not getting on anybody here that does Susu. Let me tell you something about me. I challenge my friends, but as I'm talking to other people, I never put down what people are doing, because in every opportunity, somebody's making money. So I would never say don't do something because they're going to make money. That might be their thing. That just might be what floats their boat, per se, or makes them work at capacity they never worked before. That might just be their thing. So I'm an encourager for do what you got to do what you got to do. But I'm also a person that cares about you, and I'm going to run down the benefits and the pros and cons and see if you see what I see. But I always know that Susu is there for a season. And if we do this right, when they're coming out that season, we have a whole list. All those people that call you and ask you to do Susu, I want you to put them on a list. But the question I had is, why in the world are these people flocking to this? And see, this is information that you need to know. If you don't know your competition, and if you don't, and I'm not selling Susu because I'm not in it, I wouldn't join it. But if you are looking at it or you're in, trust me, I'm not putting it down, but you need to know who is in competition with you. Why is Susu in competition with us? Because they're in money. We're in the money business, they're in the money business. Well, they're not in business, but they're in the money opportunity. They provide a money opportunity for people to grow in money. We do the same thing. Our business is money. We help people have a new financial skill set. So that's our competition, especially when thousands of people are going at one time. But if you remember back when we all first got in Tradera, some of us, we were Susu, not the way the system works, but we had thousands of people. I mean, we were locking out the webinars. I couldn't even get on some of them because I went on at 5 minutes too. That was still too late. So I'm coming to a point here, and I hope you're paying attention to what I'm saying, but I didn't get how thousands of people were flocking to Susu when they got to do the same thing we do. They do everything we do. So it's not like it's easier, okay? They have to recruit and talk to people. They got to get 2 people or so. They have to sign people up to succeed, same thing we do. They have to attend webinars and conference calls, yeah, just like us. And it's even harder for them to convince people because of all of the riffraff that they get for the Susu. They have to prove more than we do that it's not a pyramid because they don't have a product or service. So why is thousands of people that were here and couldn't do Tradera or couldn't do another opportunity is flocking to Susu when it's the same job? You still have to recruit people. You still have to ask people to be a partner. You still got to help those people recruit people. And then with Susu, you got to fight against the grain of, is it legal? Now they say, you know, network marketing is illegal. Some people say that because they just don't know. But with Susu, because it doesn't have a product or a service, that makes it more of a question of the legality of the opportunity. So know your market. And I'm going to show you how we're going to capitalize on this as a team, as a group. Okay? So I'm going to tell you why a lot of people are going in. They're the new kid on the block. It's exciting. They're a new kid on the block. These are people that join anything that's new on the block. They don't sit down and actually look at the pros and cons. They just don't. A friend told me to join. They said, if I put in this money, I'm going to get that money. They just do it. Family, friends can convince somebody to do this without them looking at the opportunity. But I want everybody on this webinar, because we got to attract these people. I want you to be at another level of professionalism. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I want you to be the type of entrepreneur that you are a true entrepreneur. True entrepreneurs looks at everything, especially when you have to bring other people to the table. You don't want anybody to get hurt in the process. See, these people don't need any skills. They don't need anything. All they got to do is share it with two people. They don't have to have any, go through mindset enhancement where, we got to think positive, speak affirmations. They don't need to do any of that because it's not a business. See, we're doing a business. We're entrepreneurs, and I want you to keep that posture. Because, see, my friends couldn't understand why I said no. There's really no work after they get their two people. They just have to sit and pray that they get their money within 30 days. So for those of you that don't know, Susu is a money leading group in which participants contribute a set amount each time period, and then one person receives the full pot at that time. That's it. That's all you do. You put your money in and then you wait. But they are excited. So this too shall pass. All of that's going on, all the excitement, everything. And you want to know why I know? And you want to know why I know that the season is going to be closed sooner than later? Because they put me in that telegram. And I didn't get out because I'm nosy. They, that's all God to put me in that telegram. I'm going to tell you because they're already talking about people quitting. They're talking about people jumping boards. And when they jump boards, they lose the money that was supposed to be in that Susu. So when they start having these challenges, I'm telling you, the season's going to be over. See, the only thing that Susu requires is that the participants are trustworthy. In other words, if they say yes, they mean yes. If they say no, they mean no. Okay, well, how many people do you know in Tradera that left before they got their pay? They was all in, and some of them didn't even last a week, 2 weeks. I was shocked. Some of them didn't even last a month. So do you think they're going to treat Susu any better? These people are going to be jumping out as quick as they got in, as soon as they get their check, if they get a check. Because somebody in there didn't get a check. And she's asking for a refund. But there's no refunds. So this is where the tension happens. Every member is expected to contribute their share each month. But this is where the tension happens. So if someone breaks that trust and leaves, many people are out of receiving their money. That's where it goes wrong. That's where it goes south, where it goes sour. I've seen it in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. I mean, I've seen it almost every 10 years. It repeats itself. And if this is the pyramid that we get blamed for. Now, only reason it's a pyramid is because some people took a good system that was meant for families and comes from an origin where the people really needed the support of each other. And they've turned it into an opportunity where people can mess it up, but then people actually equate what they do to what we do, even though we have a product or a service, and then we have to deal with this objection of pyramid. This is where the schemes come from. But according to I'm not putting this here myself, according to the Telegram, they said the boards are freezing. We're stuck. You need to bring in more people. Well, they were saying, well, we was only supposed to bring in 2. They're starting to have issues. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because our breakthrough is about to happen. Do you know how many people are in Susu? And if you don't grab them, TLC is going to grab them. Body by Body is going to grab them. Amway going to grab them. They're still in business. You need to pay attention, especially if you don't have no one else to talk to. Pay attention to this market right here, because those are going to be live, hot leads that were looking or wanting to make money. But I don't want you to wait till it's over. People already lost money because they're jumping boards. One lady said, well, I can't get any more people. We're going to have to shut this board down. It's going to happen because, see, number one, it takes a leader, somebody that's called the admin, to lead it, to make sure it's running properly and making sure that everybody gets their money. Well, if the admin is not equipped for that job, she's already messed up everybody on that board. So I wanted you to know this because this is where we are today. We have a big opportunity. And if you're already in Susu, connect with the people that are in there. And I'm gonna share with you how we can do this. But first, we got to get our groove back. We got to get our excitement back where everybody's on our webinar and is locked out at 5,000 people. Because see, we can't attract them if we stay in a pity party or we stay where, you know, all Debbie Downer and all that stuff. No, are you still excited? Do the people around you still hear excitement and passion in your voice? We had glitches that gave the people that weren't going to work anyway excuse to get out. But we have to hurry up because they are our competition right now. But when Susu season is over, everybody's our competition because they're going after people. And I'm giving you a heads up. I'm gonna tell you, God woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning with this presentation 2 days ago. And I had put it together 2 days. I'm serious. 2 days ago, I had Monday. I woke up and I was concerned because when I saw my friends in that telegram, people I was getting ready to call this week, and I'm still gonna call them, but people I was gonna call, I mean, and then I have a friend, this is no lie, who is very, very sick. And I was so blessed that she's alive. She joined Susu. I mean, isn't everybody, they just doing it because they're trying to grab money. People are hurting financially. We got a pandemic. We got people, my nephew lost his job. My brother-in-law just lost his job, both of them in 1 week. I just signed my nephew up in Tradera last night. People are hurting. They're looking for fast money, but we have to slow them down. We got to say, good, we can help you make fast money if you do what you're doing over there. Because when you was over here, you told me you couldn't talk to nobody. But we have to hurry up. But we have to slow them down because we have to get them to create a different mindset of how they're going to build their wealth. But the Susu season is going to be over soon. As soon as they start tripping on each other, it's over. Because somehow this gets to other boards and it gets to the authorities and then it shut it down. We have to be ready. Prayed up, fired up, trained up, ranked up, in position for massive growth. I want you to think that. I want you to think, oh my God, we're about to get to legend because there's thousands of people in Susu. And Susu don't say your board is shut down. I mean, the authorities, or when they shut this down, when it gets too out of control, because all it takes is for people to complain and start issues. Matter of fact, in New York in 2000s, in the 70s, they killed people because they put big money in. They had coliseums filled and people was walking across the stage getting their checks and everything like that. And then when people started fighting because they didn't get paid, if you don't get in the beginning or start a board, chances are you might not get your money. And they tell you that up front. So you're taking a risk, knowing you're taking a risk. It's almost like playing the lottery for $500. But some people are willing to take the risk for the possibility of the massive gain within 30 days. But what they make in 30 days, we can make in a day. And I'm no lie, I want to give shout out to my girl, Desiree Cunningham, who made $1,500 plus in one day, and her husband made money that same day in Forex. So it shows us that the academy works. We have the ultimate product, and we could teach people, slow it down, get your education, learn so that you can take this with you forever. You don't want something you get it in 30 days and then you don't get it no more. That doesn't do you any good. And some people that do that, that jump into these things and do that, when they get their money, they go shopping. So they still don't have the mindset to become wealthy. We have to get our team back and some. And I'm talking about the team you didn't talk to yet. But now this makes it easier for you to talk to them because you know they want money. You know, you say, oh, wow, I didn't know you did Susu. Well, how did you know? And I'm not going to tell them how I know because it's my job to know. I'm in business. I'm a seasoned, mature entrepreneur. It's my business to know your business. It's my business to know what the competition is doing. When I saw Susu come up again, I said, oh, here we go. But I didn't think that many people, especially the baby boomers, because we're the ones that get hurt the most years ago. And I'm going to give you a little tidbit. My friend I was telling you about, Dr. Kelly, with the PhDs in her family, very sophisticated professional woman. She was over the whole nursing department at Central University in Durham, North Carolina. Her colleagues, all PhDs, friends of mine, because I had a cleaning company for 15 years and all of them were our clients. And that's how I met them and became friends with them. But Dr. Kelly and her friends, they joined one just because it seemed fun. They didn't need the money. I mean, if you saw how they lived, you would know they didn't need the money. The provosts of the university, professors of master's programs, all these are her friends. And she invited them all to her house because somebody set her up and said, oh, could you have a meeting at your house so we can introduce you to people? She said, sure. But to get themselves out of trouble, they set her first meeting, never did this before. And she always does stuff because she wants to help somebody else be successful. So she joined to help the person. Her doorbell rings and she thinks there's more guests. And here it is, it's the police. All of them got arrested. All these professionals with PhDs was on the front cover of the paper. It destroyed a lot of their careers. And that was the first meeting. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen now, but I'm just letting you know. Another state said that if they find out people that's doing it, it's a misdemeanor. And that's only because you're hurting people. It's not illegal, but if people get hurt and don't get what was promised to them, that's where it comes illegal. Because it's like you took advantage of them. So I'm just saying that because those are the pros and cons of Susu, which is our competition. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to get these leads? Okay? How are we going to get these leads? Well, first of all, this is homage to Megan. You're going to make a Susu list. We're going to make a list of people that we know in Susu. It might be only 10 names. It could be 20 names, okay? But that might be 10 to get you the Duchess or Princess. I don't know. All the friends that you know that joined, all the people that bugged you to get in Susu, and if you're in it, that's okay. As long as you take care of the people you take care of. See, I can't ever do it because my friends were on the front cover of the paper. So, I mean, I just can't do it. And that was in the 70s, but no, that was in the 90s, actually, that one. But I still can't do it. But still, if you're in it, now you have an inside. And when you go in the chat, you see who's in the chat, and then find them on Facebook. I'm going to tell you how I get leads now. Like, we have a chat here. If you go in a chat to a webinar you was invited to, you're not a part of the team, look at the names of the people in the chat. Those people are looking for money. Hit them up on Facebook under Messenger. Say, you know, I know that you're in Susu, and I was just wondering, you know, if you would be willing to see something that could pay you the same money, possibly on a daily basis, and you would have this skill for the rest of your life. We're not trying to take them out of Susu. We just want to get them on the right path to wealth. You can find them in Telegram. They're all over Telegram because that's their communication platform, I found out. But you got to start inviting right now. You don't want to wait until Susu is out of season and everybody that's in the industry knows it and going after those people. See, we can start now. Start inviting them to look at what we're doing right now. Say, you know, I know you're in Susu. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to sit down and let me explain to you how I can make that money work for you. Because see, Tradera has no more delays. Most of the glitches are gone. I mean, my website was like Speedy Gonzalez yesterday, and I'm putting people in and renewing people. So we don't have an excuse now. I mean, they got some more to do, but at least we can function, and at least we're getting paid. Okay, that's what we needed. Phase 1. But these people said no to you, Tradera, but said yes to Susu. The ones that said no to you is in Tradera, in Susu. I have a lady who said her husband was real sick, and she's been a friend of ours for a long time. Nina knows her, and I see her in Susu. She said she couldn't do Tradera, but she did Susu. I saw her name on the list because she's a friend of mine, and it informed me that she joined Telegram. Now this lady wouldn't join Telegram. They joined Susu that has no guarantee. We have a guarantee. If you do this, you get a check on Sunday. You do this, you get a check. You get this level, you get a check. If you win in your trades, you get a check. I mean, we have guarantees. So when you're talking to these people, all you're doing is selling them on the benefits. And if they were in before and they're not in it now, you know why they're not in it now? Because their mind can't focus on two things. So they go into the instant gratification right now. Because I see somebody that's on my team that does a lot of things, and now she's in Susu. And I told her, if she gives me a chance with this and just stick with me, I'll make sure that I help her get where she needs to go. But some people can't help themselves. They're hoping they get paid. They're hoping that the board works out perfect to the point, so for 30 days, they gotta hope they get paid. No refund. So if you do $1,500 and something goes awry, you just lost $1,500. But the Susu carrot was bigger than ours because of the short-term gratification. That's the only thing. It's because they can get money in 30 days that they don't have to do a lot for. They don't have to get 10 people or 25 people or 75 people. They just got to get 2 people and pray that the 2 people get them to the water from the pedal. I mean, I did my little research on it because I didn't know anything about the water. When we did it, it was an airplane. So now it's a pedal, it's a flower. But we have to be attractive. Now is the time for you to get good at marketing. Megan done trained you on everything. I have talked to you about objections and recruiting and blah, blah, blah. Now it's time to reach the people. So there's nothing better than an opportunity like this where it's going to end soon, where you can actually practice marketing and recruiting and handling objections with somebody who already wants money. It's going to be much easier because it's not a cold prospect. You already know their intentions. But you're not marketing Tradera, you're marketing you. You are marketing you. I'm here because Megan Reagan, and now Dr. PK and a few other folks, and the team that I brought in. You're marketing you. You got to shock some folks. If they've never seen you make money in an opportunity, they've never seen you be professional and mature in an opportunity and stick and stay till you get your pay. If they're used to you running with them to thing, and you say, not anymore, I'm going to learn this thing. I'm going to master Tradera, getting it out to people and getting people to respond in a positive way. I'm going to work on myself. So I'm a magnet for those who are bold enough to seek a better life. And I have a friend, Elder Lanier. Elder Lanier has to be 95 years old. And he called me the other day. And every time I talk to that man, I hadn't talked to him in some years now, but every single time I say, hey, Elder Lanier, how you doing? I'm in the battle and I refuse to give up. Not one time in 20 years has he responded or greeted me without saying that first. He was driving a bus at 80-something years old, a school bus. And he'll tell you, I'm in the battle and I refuse to give up. And as long as he said that, he was free. He was young. And he's one that will do a new opportunity every month or so. And I know he's calling me for Susu because those are his favorite. He loves the gifting programs. But you're marketing you. It's time to speak up. Don't lose out on this opportunity. I'm telling you right now, because it's very rare that you'll have captive prospects that want what you're doing. It's just that they don't know. And then the ones that was impatient or whatever, don't worry about them. Talk to the ones that you know that you haven't talked to yet and you didn't know how you're going to talk to them. Now you got an icebreaker. I see you in Susu. I'm so glad you are in Susu because now I can show you what I have and we can take your money and make it grow for you. That you make a Susu. But I don't know about you, but I don't want to be no pedal, okay? I don't want to be no petal to a flower. That sounds like me going backwards in life. I don't want to be a petal. I want to be a petal and got to go to another petal, to the petal, to the petal. I want to be the root of the flower. I want the flower to grow. I want to nourish it and strengthen it and let it grow. I don't want to keep living for the next hustle. And maybe it's because of my age. I'm 61 now, and I just don't want to keep hustling. I don't want to keep going after a hustle. And where will you be and where will they be when Susu ends and the flower no longer blooms? Where y'all going to be when Susu ends? Are you going to already have some people on your team and they're going to go and talk to some more people in Susu as it ends? Because whoever you get now in Susu, when it ends, and it will, because it's a season, it happens every decade or so, or maybe sometimes a little less. Because people are going to run out of people coming in with $200, $500, $1,500. They're going to run out. Just like you run out of people. When you run out of people, if you don't go to networking events or hang some flyers up in the library, or when I go to a bank or they have anywhere they got a board with business cards on them, I take one of every single one. I got thousands of business cards. So whatever you do, you got to market. You're going to run out. Everybody runs out, especially if you don't leave your house or leave your neighborhood or leave your city or your town. I travel all over the place because I want a worldwide business. I don't want a Concord, North Carolina, Harrison Drive business, and I can't get off my block because I'm only going to be able to talk to the people, either come to my house or I see them at church. I interviewed some millionaires, and I was telling you about them before, but I interviewed another group of them, and you know what? They were so nice to talk to me that they took me in like an intern. But I asked them, I said, how in the world are you making all this money? I just want to know. And I was a single parent. I would have took every lesson if I could afford it. Tony Robbins gave me a scholarship to go to Fiji, but I couldn't get to Fiji. I went after it. I wanted to know, how in the world are you making it? Well, first of all, you got to know what's out there. You got to know what other people are doing. You got to know when they're ending their business so you can go talk to the people that now don't have an opportunity, but they wanted an opportunity. And they told me we traveled 28 days out of the month. Well, they didn't have any kids or anything like that, so they could do it. 28 days out of the month, they travel. See, to be a 1%er, you got to be mature. You have to be mature in this industry where, like I had these two little people on my shoulder. I had the devil on the one side telling me, oh, all your friends are in Susu. Maybe you should look at it, while you're waiting for things to get better with Tradera. Then I had the angel and my father would say, stay still. And you see who I listen to. But I know you have that, your friends are like, oh man, we're boarding up, we're getting more money, blah, 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 blah. And it's hard. But maturity is when you can stay focused in tunnel vision. Because that'll take you off your game. Because it's going to end. It's going to end. How many flowers do you see live forever? There's already tension. They're already fighting. It's about to go down. And that's only 2 of them that I know of, because I'm only in 2 on Telegram. But there's thousands of these now. And another reason is because people are home. They ain't got nothing else to do. They're not making any money. And they can drum up 2 people, but they better drum up the right ones, because if any of them quit or don't return, it just messed up the whole garden of flowers. People are jumping boards, and some had to shut down. So we have to be the next season that never goes out of season in their life. We got to create an environment where we're the next season that doesn't disappear. They could depend on us. They could depend on Tradera to be there, because we did it. We made this a good company. We did. We're out in the field. We're handling problems to make sure that this company can stay in business, because I don't want to go nowhere. But you got to plant now. You can't wait for it to die and then try to make a flower come back to life. You gotta go talk to them now. You gotta drop little nuggets of information. If you get a minute, I want to talk to you. Glad to see you in Susu. You know why you're glad to see him in Susu? Because now it took away half of the objections that they would have gave you if they weren't. You have to gain respect as a true entrepreneur if you want to be a legend. If you want to be a king or queen, prince or princess, duke or duchess, bishop. People are not going to join you if they know, oh yeah, she ain't going to be there long. She's going to be at something else. Oh, she ain't never made no money. But when you go to those same people and say, you know what, I am so focused right now because this is it. This is my last hurrah. I am so focused right now. I'm so excited. And they're like, who is this? And they're not going to recognize you. You want to shock them. You want to be different than you were. If you were afraid, don't be afraid no more. If you didn't make money, make money. You can't make money, get help. We're here. Ask for it. I spend every day putting people back in, trying to fix password situations, blah, 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 blah. Yes, because that's my job, because I'm going to be legend. Legends got to deal with all that and act like they're happy. And the only reason why it frustrates me is because I'm not the troubleshooter type. I'm not the type that can help you fix something and I'm not in the room with you. So it's challenging for me. It's challenging for me to tell you, okay, go here. I'd rather screenshot it or give me your information and I'll do it. And that's what I do with most people. And then I have threatened a couple of my friends. I said, okay, now that it's done, don't you touch nothing. Because it took us days and weeks to get them straight. Don't you touch a thing. And we cracking up. And I'm serious. Don't touch nothing. My friend told me yesterday, well, I got to put my new debit card in there. Give it to me. Don't you touch nothing. But we're having fun, being serious, but we're being true entrepreneurs. This company can't get where it needs to go if we are double-minded or, unless, now, there's nothing wrong with two income streams, but they got to be professional. They got to keep you at the same level. Stay focused right here until the appointed time. I don't want to be the only petal on the stem waiting for others to show up so I can prosper. So there's one with two petals. You got to bring two people. There's two petals. Now we got to wait for all the rest of the petals to get on there before we can get our check. That's a ceiling. That's a glass ceiling. You can't soar. You got to wait for somebody else to say yes before you can get your check. Tradera, I ain't got to wait for nobody. I can go trade. If I'm not making enough money recruiting, I can still trade. I got two opportunities. I got two income streams under one roof. And when have you ever seen a flower that blooms with only one or two petals on it? So I want you to pay attention to this part, because this is the part where it's going to hit home to some people. This is the part where all the jokes aside, but I have to live life to life. And I want you to tell them that. Well, why don't you do this? No, I can't. I have to live life to life. And I have to create that. I have to live life to life so that everything I do and accomplish flows from my life to the lives of my children and their children. That's life to life. From my life to their life. To my life to your life. I can't continue to live on this planet just for me, because the greatest gift is love. And if I want to do something by myself, there's nothing on this earth and outside this earth that you can do by yourself and prosper. Because the greatest gift is love, and you can't just love yourself. And I was telling somebody yesterday, I could write a book by myself, but you still need a publisher and you got to have a bunch of people to read it. There's nothing. So your life, you have to live your life to life. Your life has to flow into somebody else's. And that's what you're going to tell them. I didn't do Susu. I'm not going to do Susu because right now I'm on a mission to live life to life. I don't want my kids to get the life insurance policy and the money I leave in my bank account because I'm dead. I want to pour into their life and help build their businesses and be their greatest supporter and be their greatest investor in them while I'm alive so I can get my hugs and kisses. I want that. You deserve that as a parent. If you got them all the way up to 38, 34 years old, you deserve it. I have to have a life that is a life-to-life mindset. You got to have a life-to-life mindset. You can't think for today. You have to think, okay, what I'm doing today, man, I can get the kids cars, I can get the kids in college, I can get that life insurance policy to make sure. But you know, one of the things I want, when I get older, I don't want to live with my kids. I want to get a one-level place where I don't have to go up and down the stairs. But when I get older, I want to be able to take care of myself. And God forbid, if I ever have to go into a facility, I want to be in a nice facility where the nurses actually take care of you. I don't want to be in a facility that, you know, is in question and they're always getting written up. Like my mother was in, where the only thing she could afford was what Medicare paid. Because really nice facilities could cost $8,000 a month. So I want to be a legend so I can put up enough money so my kids don't have to put me in no rumpy dump. I want to make sure, and I don't want the burden on them. You have to live your life to life that will lead to a life-to-life bank account. My kids know my debit card and passwords to everything. Because if something, God forbid, happens to me, I don't want them to have no bank account with a negative balance. I don't want to leave them money that they can't afford to bury me properly. So I want to haunt them the rest of their life that they didn't have the money to help me out or send me away nicely. I want to have a life-to-life bank account where when I'm finished with it, it goes to somebody else. When someone asks you to join them, speak this to them. Say, do you have a life-to-life bank account? What are you talking about? You know, our team, you know, we're creating these life-to-life bank accounts so that we can leave a legacy, generational wealth. You can't leave generational wealth with something that comes 30 days and might not come next month. Talk finance. The friends that don't ever hear you talk finance, talk finance. Be a financial coach. Yeah, we have an academy. I'm a partner with Tradera, and we have an academy. And we teach people from 18 years old to whoever wants to learn financial literacy in another level. We have people using this for their kids at homeschool. I never traded before, but I made $1,500 the other day. I mean, talk money, positive money. I'm on my way to become a legend. You could be just a founder, but that's the truth, if that's what you aspire to be. Talk higher level. Talk higher level than they ever heard you talk before. Make them feel bad they quit, because we got through. We're still here. We ain't quitting. And it made us stronger. Tell them it made us stronger. We're closer. We're more determined together. The ones that hung around, we're gonna make it. Market that. This is your page to market. You know, you no longer need an emergency fund for a transmission. For years, it was like you need to have an emergency fund in case your transmission goes out on your car. It was always a transmission. Do you know what it is today? It's way more expensive than a transmission. The cancer rate is so high. 1 in 4 men, 1 in 3 women. We have a global epidemic. We have widespread illness and a failing economy. And I know people, I lost 28 friends, and most of them because they couldn't afford health care. They didn't have insurance, and they couldn't afford the protocol that could have possibly saved their life. I would be devastated if something happened to somebody in my family and I can't help them, and I just got to sit there and watch them, just fade away. You need an emergency fund, a life-to-life emergency fund. It's never ending, for whatever. Because if you notice, the wealthy always survive pretty much. because they can get the proper care. They can get the best care. They can get the best specialists. They have people come in and cook their food so they don't overeat. I mean, wealth can save your life and it can hurt it. Depends on if you're a good person, you'll do good things with it. And if you're a bad person, well, you know. But you need that life-to-life emergency fund. Generational wealth is not a hustle. You cannot hustle your way to generational wealth. So after you've made your Susu list, start preparing for the next season of their lives, not your life, of their lives. Start putting the plans when you talk to whoever, you know, you're going to go to them and say, look, I got a little plan that, you know, we could work together. Now that you're getting that Susu money. And it's like they're at a party and we're the after party. See, Susu is the party and we're the after party. And how many of you know if you've ever been to a party and it was so lit and it was so exciting that when it was over, you didn't want to go home? And everybody's like, well, where's the after party? Where's the after party? We're the after party. Susu, they're at a big party right now, but they're going to be so pumped up. And then when it's over, they're going to be like, okay, where's the after party? And tell them now that you're making money, Susu, give me $99. Girl, give me $99. Let me put you in the system. So you can start learning a trade or learning how to trade and you know, and don't tell them that you think Susu's going to end. Don't put any negative thing. You're not there. You're an entrepreneur. You don't go to them and say, girl, you're going to fail. Now I can say that to my friends, you know, that me and them go back at each other, but not a prospect. You never say, you know, Susu's going to end. What you going to do? No, give me $99 so we can go ahead and invest it and get you started, get you in position. And then, you know, talk to some of your friends because you want that money to continue to grow. And you can wind up making that money every week versus every 30 days. Forever. And then start with the admins of the flower, not the petals. So they bring the whole flower. You know, go look for the admins. And if you go to Telegram and go to the top, it'll tell you who the admins are. And do Susu with Facebook. I bet you they got some Facebook pages and you'll find who the admins are. Start with the admins and say, look, and negotiate with them. Say, look, guess what? If you listen to me and you come on board and you bring the rest of the flower with you, you could possibly start out as a bishop, a duke, a duchess, a king, or queen. I mean, it depends on how many flowers you got in your garden. I would go to the admin and negotiate. And then that way, when she goes to her petals and she can tell them, look, we're going to do the petal thing, but we want you to have a solid foundation as well. Generational wealth is life to life. Generational wealth is life to life. And it's legendary. So that's what I got for you today, Megan. It's legendary. Are you there, Megan? Can anybody hear me?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay.
I tell you one thing for sure. God knows, oh my goodness, this was a hot one today. And I know for a fact that because so many of us, Coach Linda, have been approached by people. When my family approached me, I immediately said, yes, I will do whatever I can to help my family because that's the way I am. But I'm here to tell you, I didn't get watered. I didn't get water yet. They tell me it might come. They don't know. But this is what I am saying. Let me swap that butt out. However, what I'm saying is this, and that is over here, life is a risk. Everything is a risk in life. What you've taught us today is a sure understanding of the Susu that most people don't understand about the Susu. Because had I truly understood, I never would have gotten involved, but I didn't understand. And you are helping, you came today with information so that we can understand. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You've done a phenomenal job. in helping us to understand. And the purpose is not to stop anybody from doing. We live in an America, and then Susus are legal. You need to know that President Obama approved the Susu, so that people can do that. We have a lot of people who do well in Susus. The Asian market does well. The Africans do well with Susus. For some reason, and I think it's because of the slave syndrome mentality that African Americans have on a whole, struggle with the Susu, and it keeps coming back in hopes that maybe we have learned a little something to help us to really do the Susu. But it never truly lasts longer than a year. Do you hear the Susu over here? For most of us, I've not heard but one flower that has survived 15 years, and they don't let anybody else in that flower.
And that's the key point right there, Dr. PK. See, when they opened it up to the world versus keeping it to close family and friends, people you can trust, that's what messed it up, because you open it up to all people, you don't even know their character.
That's right. That's exactly right. And that was not the purpose of it in the overall. But I thank you for coming out. Here we get educated, we get information that we agree with, that we like. We need what we get to. We need everything that is brought to the table. I see that Megan is here, and I'm just so happy that we are in a community, that you bring us information so that we can grow and be the best that we can be as we are continuing along on our life's journey. All right, Megan, it's back to you, sweetie.
Thank you so much, Linda and Dr. PK. I think it's really important to know what's out there. I mean, I know I can speak confidently about what we have over here in Tradera because I know all the other companies. I tell people if there were a more simple program, trust and believe I'm a professional marketer now. Back in the day, I couldn't say that because I was working a job, and I was working a job and I was doing network marketing part-time. But now I can confidently tell people I am a professional national expansion leader. I don't even call myself, I do network marketing. I say I'm a national expansion leader for companies. I go into companies and I see the value in their product and I expand their company. In return, I make a lot of money doing that, and I can help a lot of people. But I know every company out here before most people know about them, not because of who I am, but because of who my higher being has connected me to these amazing people who have done network marketing for 20, 30 years. So I always know about other companies. I know about them when they're in their formulation stage, because now all of a sudden I've made a little bit of money. So people, like Miss Linda, people know your name now. They know, top leaders know your name. Industry leaders know your name. Industry leaders know my name now. So when companies are in their formulation stages or they're thinking about it, I have so many people every single day who bring me opportunities that haven't even launched yet. And I am a compensation plan reader. Okay, I need to find out, what's the product? Is it legal? But I do want you guys to understand, I am not a product chaser. I am not, or a product lover. Even though Forex is amazing, what I love about it, it's digital. You don't have to worry about managing somebody else's success with the product. But I am not a product lover. I tell people, be a dream chaser. Take a look at what the product can do for you. And the great thing is about what we have is we have a real product. And it'll be around, even if Tradera went away tomorrow, I still have money in my trading account. I still make money every day trading based on the education, not only the education I've gotten, but the connections that I've made with traders. You guys need to get out here and you need to make some friends. You better get to know Brenda Acern, who turned 50 bucks into $11,000. You better get to know Clyde Fisher, who's in Pit Masters. You better make friends with these people, because some of these people have, automated traders that you can get involved in as long as you're in Tradera. Some of these people are doing things on the side that's connected to Tradera and Forex just because they're in relationship together. They're in your community. We have a common goal and a common unity. So I do want you guys to understand, trust and believe. Linda would know about any other top companies. Robert would know, Derek Brown would know. There are so many leaders over here. I got a leader over here. You guys don't even know he's over here, made $27 million. And he's over here incognito because he makes money other places. If you only knew how many top industry leaders who have made millions of dollars are over here incognito, right? Because they already know what Tradera is about to do. So they're over here at King and Queen, and you guys don't even know who they are. I know who they are, though. That's why I'm not going anywhere, because some of these people have made an obscene amount of money in network marketing, and they're over here with positions, and you don't even know who they are. So I want you guys to understand that right now it's very, very important to get to know the other companies out here. So when someone asks you about it, you can confidently and tell them, oh yeah, I've been in that company. Oh yeah, I know about that 3-letter First Forex company. Yeah, they do some things well, but I also know that what Tradera has is know your product. Right? Burger King is not worried about McDonald's, and McDonald's is not worried about Chick-fil-A, but best believe that all of those companies know the pros and cons of the other company so that they can always stay on their toes. That's all. You don't have to be envious of any other companies out here, because guess what? Every single company has one common denominator, one common thing. Do you guys know what it is? What's the common thing in all these companies is you. No matter where you go, you're going to have to take you with you, and you better be a better you. You better know how to market. In all these companies, you're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to become a better person. You're going to have to become confident, be coachable, teachable, all of those things. So yeah, you can jump ship with Tradera, but guess what? You're going to have to go somewhere else. And guess who those other companies don't have? Us. So good luck with that. And I tell people it's exciting times right now. Thank you, Linda, for that training. It was phenomenal. Super excited. Everything you said is absolutely the truth. And I have blinders on right now. Blinders. We got a lot of people to get to legend. And I tell people, I don't care if it takes you 2 to 4 years to make $100,000 a month. Your job is probably not going to pay you $100,000 a month in the next 2 to 4 years. So get focused. So,
and Megan, one other thing, because I saw some things in the chat, and I just want people to understand what this message was today. The message today is, one, to know your competition, know what's going on around you. So then when the opportunity presents itself for you to step in and help people, you could be their saving grace, because see, they needed that money that they need in Susu, but they might not have it a long period of time. And this is just history repeating itself.
Right.
I'm not going to say Susu is going to be around for 20 years, but history repeats itself because it's a people opportunity, and people, you can't always depend on them to do the right thing. So we're not putting down, I've never put down, I told you I wouldn't put down anything because somebody's making money and paying their bills. But as an entrepreneur, that is not a business. So as an entrepreneur, I want to help those people. You could be their saving grace. I want to help them get on a path to create wealth, something that could be sustained and work towards and grow and grow and grow. So this is it was just a message, because I'm looking at the Telegram. And if you're a leader and you see something that's a problem, do you know that some of my people that didn't renew their membership in Tradera is in Susu? Because they have something else. If that wasn't there, they might have stayed here. I don't know. But the point is that you will lose more people. So at least know what you have in your hand and know what's out there so that you could be the entrepreneur that you want to be. And we can make it to the top. Thanks, Megan.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Linda. Awesome training. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, seniorpreneurs have a conference call today at 5. And there are 2 calls going on at 7 o'clock. GMT, the Global Money Team, does a call at 7. And then Bob Morant and his group, they do a call at 7. I posted it in the Telegram and also on the Facebook page. Also, there is a 10 o'clock call as well. Remember that the schedule is going to change, and I will get you guys the schedule for the remaining of the week since I am going to be out of commission. But the great thing is, perfect opportunity for some of you guys to step up. You know, if you want to present, you don't need anybody's permission to do a 2 o'clock Zoom. There will be 7 o'clocks and 10 o'clock Zooms going on. But if you have people in other countries who that's too late for them, then step up, and now's the time to really show what you're made of right now. You'll be bad before you're good and good before you're great. Just present. Just read the 1-pager. Get a Zoom and put it out there and read the 1-pager to them. Turn your video on and read the 1-pager and be excited. Take a few questions. Get off the Zoom. All right. Thank you guys so much. And there will be blitzes again, not right this second. It was awesome. Wore me out a little bit, but it was an awesome blitz. But yes, we will definitely be doing that when I get back. We're going full-fledged, full throttle. Okay. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Miss Linda and Dr. PK. And I'll see you guys at the Legends table.
Have a super fantastic day, everybody.
Thank you, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll post this training as well.
Yeah, they've already asked for it.
I'll send you a thumbnail, Megan. Oh my God. You know why? Because I haven't heard from her in a while. I got to call her today.
I know she's in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right.
And I need to talk to you before you get on that ship, okay?
I know.
No. I just need to anoint you. It's good.
Thank you. I love you. I'll call you in a moment.
All right, baby. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.